I mean, someone's got to catch the Naughton in, and Leona feels really nice doing that. 5 seconds down on the Q gets a lot of mileage against these two melee champs, and you can always use your R to at least trade for Xayah R. It's a big trade up in terms of cooldowns. So, gonna be the game plan for Mako and IG. Like how they can attack the backline.
Laners have been chunked. JJ wants to arrive to the party, and being able to find out that Shadow is on the opposite side of the map, they're gonna get the shove in. We'll see how well FPX can survive the dive against
It's a Q flash on the Xayah. Watch it from Jue as good interrupt.
Oh, good interrupt by Jue. Stops Leona right in her tracks. Awesome picks up first blood, and they're even able to trade it back onto 2. 1 kill apiece for Jue and Awesome, and now Shadow has arrived on into the bot lane, and Gala has nowhere else to go. No choice but to just die eventually. And the flash committed by Shadow. Gets the kill. Okay. Is back at it again, trying to make sure that Gala is the one accelerated, not the Xayah. The flash from Mako to guarantee the shield of Daybreak, and FPX know that there's no way out for this Xayah. Gala gets the shutdown.
Yeah, a little bit of bonus goal behind that one as the first blood bounty was sitting on the shoulders of Xayah there, so plus 400 over to Gala. Will be traded out, though, for the Grubs, so a good play by IG, punishing a sum with Xayah, but 3 Grubs going to go over to FPX. Will be traded out for the Dragon, but FPX, not all bad for them.
Definitely not the worst line that could have been played out. FPX still decent gold lead over IG. Nothing to really run away with the game with, as, yeah, a few hundred. Not going to be something that you can just steamroll the game. Now, FPX, as you called it out, 3 Grubs to the name.
I mean, the wave top being lost, Rookie got that all the way in. That's already a little bit of an L for FPX. Of course, playing for positioning on this as Jue sneaks his way out.
Smite 1 used by FPX. IG trying to see if they can at least get into the pit and smite away one of the last ones so that FPX don't get all 6. Care is just going to proactively use Spirit Rush, turns on the isolated Rookie, gets the flash out, and honestly, really nicely played from FPX, and the Death Charge snags on a flashless Mako, and ensuring that Gala can't do anything to save his support. FPX, all 6 Grubs, and a kill to boot.
Out the 2, so Rookie getting some free time top. That's big for the turret, and IG hasn't given anything else away so far.
No way, one more auto attack. Oh, he's under the tower, he can't get in range. He's not fast enough.
So what happened to the player cam, man? Oh, it was so close. He thought he had it on the Kaisa. Not quite.
Tries right under the tower. Equalizer pairs right on top of it. Mako gets burned to a crisp, but here comes the power of the Shy on the Ambessa, able to trade one back. Jet throws both of his fists, but forced to flash away. Shadow, wind becomes lightning. Flash lands it right onto Jet, and FPX are suddenly finding themselves 7-3 against IG.
By the Shy, actually, some pretty good stalls coming out.
Oh, back to live. Weaver's Wall. They're still trying to punish a flashless Awesome, and no Featherstorm available in time. Great use of that window. IG able to punish before it just dinked available for Awesome. And now the Shy finds himself in a 1v1 against Care. Gets a flash out over to the Blast Cone and escapes the grasp of the Ambessa. Rest of FPX trying to contest this Rift Herald, but IG are starting to swarm around the river.
They gotta be careful. It is a 2-item Xayah. Still Sunless, though, so if they're able to get that ult out, maybe it's a point where they can dive. TP. Okay, they want it.
Everyone's about to all in. JJ looks for the smite, but it's secured by Shadow. Jue walks up JJ, Death Charge right on top of it as well. They burn him down, but the Shy is trying to cook in the backline, but he's not doing enough. He's forced away. Awesome with the Featherstorm, gets the flash out. Meanwhile, on the left side, Rookie's in trouble, forced to flash away. Good Unraveled Earth, stops carrying his track seismic shot, but the flick is not enough because Sheer puts him on a barbecue skewer spit and roasts him alive. Shadow finds one more into Mako, and Cubby, FPX are up on the board, almost 1,000 gold advantage against IG.
Now they want to fight with the Unraveled Earth kind of front to back. You can see the value that Rookie gets out of it. But again, he's separated from the team, so he can't use that Unraveled Earth and his spells to actually create space for Gala.
Yeah, because even though they have been some strong team fight results, they haven't really blown open the map quite yet, as FPX already forcing the hand. Weaver's Wall gets denied.
Rejected.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Rookie is completely isolated under this dying tower, and FPX picked themselves up another kill, and now
they have 5.
Finally unlocking the first tier 1 turret for themselves of the game. Rift Herald crashing into the 2nd tier turret, and just as I was saying before, I think I'm ready to be excited about FPX this game. A solid 3,000 gold advantage. One more crash. They might just get the entire inhibitor tower as the Shy is over on the top side trying to trade. Same thing with Gala in the mid lane.
Mid outer will fall. Top inner not going to go down, though. Again, no grubs available for IG, so that free time with the turret's not going to hurt nearly as much as it did. Won't be dying to any turrets anytime soon, but...
Oh, Sway! Flash prediction on the dredge line!
He still gets out.
And Gala is able to escape, but it costs both of his summoner spells as well as the killer instinct, but the Shy will die for Gala's sins. You can't even blame him. That was a nasty hook from the FPX support.
Dude, what did Shui eat for breakfast, man? He's been a beast in this game. He's my MVP if this ends up being an FPX win.
Oh,
I mean, it is
this team?
It is when they tried to get out of Group Nirvana. Again, it's Shadow with the plans, but to see Shui playing like this, I teased that we wouldn't see Otacon taken, but they found an early kill. Of course, the Rose's damage dealt in the game factors into what Otacon spawns. Roses end up spawning. It's a lot of experience picked up for FPX. They're going to drop the mid-inner turret, but I think they're going to be happy taking the Otacon. Maybe this whole game just spawns from the fact that the Shy didn't know that 100 CS wasn't a win count anymore in the 1v1. Or maybe the Shy knew this was going to be the draft plan and was like, I don't want to play Rumble, man. Screw that. I want to best a game. Come on.
Yeah, so the plan for IG is to, tactfully, gracefully lose game one. Gonna be able to close the game out from this point. It's still only a 2,000, barely 1,000 gold advantage here and there, but the Dragon Soul has been denied from FPX.
Yes, and we'll see if the push can continue. Shui has an angle onto mid, and Awesome looking to go, but Mako.
Shy trying to link up with Mako. Here comes JJ over the wall. Cease and desist. They can't stop it. Awesome gets popped. Gala joins the fight with the killer instinct. Here comes Care off the back of the TP. Trying to spirit rush in. But Rookie, the hero, comes in with the Weaver's Wall. Joins the fight. Sheer tries to equalize it. But the ulti. But can he even find Gala? The burn passive is not enough.
No.
And just like that, we thought that FPX could have had the potential to make an upset happen.
But it's been like that since Doin V. Oh. Sad times.
You bring up a good point. But I'm being very conclusive just based on gold advantages, but IG are already starting to lurk in the shadows and over the blast cone. Awesome. Here comes the Avengers. Look at how they collapse upon them. The Shy's in the back. Gala is firing into their shoulder blades. And wait with the turn on the Gala.
Equalizer.
He spots the stasis, but wait a minute. FPX regroup around their mid laner Care, and maybe they have a chance to reset off of the Spirit Rush. I spoke too soon. Jeja's in trouble. The rest of FPX will not go down without a fight, and the rest of this squad are gonna try to tango and deny Dragon Soul once again as Rookie gets caught up by the 3 talent strike, pops the stasis. Jeja forced to leave, and another flash prediction. Twan does not miss with the Nautilus Qs. FPX still in it.
What a beast from Shui, but I gotta say the fight, that was determined by Sheer's equalizer, the red carpet. He put it on his own team as it melted away IG. Stepping up, eats that win, becomes lightning. No defense that time around to protect him. Shui, we're gonna miss the bonus one, another fight.
Equalizer throw down again. FPX trying to cook Mako and Gala, but he's getting the frontline treatment this time. He's able to stand behind Mako, and he stands and delivers on the Kaisa. Triple kill for Gala. Care on the run. The Void Seeker flashed by Care, but he has lost 4 of his teammates, and IG are ready to push it in for the base win.
Definitely something big to do in the Xayah. You can fight with that R cooldown on cooldown as it's a long one. Still standing. Bot enter, last one still standing as IG going to make sure that one falls easily. Care going to take care of at least one more wave in the top side. There is 6 grubs for FPX, so actually real chance Ari can stay for more, but Weaver's Wall is going to guarantee this turret falls, and Care going to hit recall. Going to at least be after inhibitor falls, but we'll see if they play defense for mid.
He definitely thought about it, but I think the Baron power is proving a little too overwhelming for FPX to deal with. Dredgeline right onto the Shy, and okay, well,
the Shy
that's a freebie. Well, hang on, the action continues. Oh, JJ almost soloing out Shadow. Not sure how that exactly happened, but they turn right onto Rookie. They know that the front line is only up to Mako. Throws out a solar flare, lands it on the 2 members, but a good charm by Care. Finds Rookie. Sheer flashing right on top of Gala. Finds his moment once again. Killer instinct on Awesome. Cannot escape even with the Feather Storm. And the stasis just sets up Sheer to die. Gala is doing it all. Gala is slithing through it all. And he pops the stasis one last time, but cannot survive. Care will finish him off. The only reason FPX are able to defend there is because they were doing a 5 versus 4. As Shadow's in there.
He's ripping
2,500 HP. Equalizer doing a lot of damage, but Jeje secures the Infernal Soul for IG. Care on the retreat. Gala undeterred. Oh, they get flashed on. The death charge is coming in. Gala CC to all hell. Mako's forced to flash away.
Care?
The Shy, it's only on to him. He goes back in. He's got Jeje in his back pocket. Look at the Shy. He's slicing, but it's not enough. FPX survived through it all. But I don't think they have the minion wave. Can they look for the end here?
They were thinking about it. The minions are on their bot Nexus turret. They're going to at least push for a bit. They do have 6 grubs. An absolute cluster of a fight ends up FPX's way as Rookie mounted at the start after the dragon, but Soul was secured for IG.
They're going to look for it.
They got to look for as much as they can. There's no way they can end.
18 seconds on Rookie.
No
They're
way.
protecting the minion wave. They have 6 grubs on their side. If there's an opportunity, it has to be now. They're going to look for it. Shadow taking up the turret aggro. First Nexus tower falls. He survives. They're dodging the turret aggro and balancing it beautifully well. Rookie, can he get in range? Flashing forward. The seismic shove kills one. That's another one. But Care has the auto attack, and it's gone. FPX will take the first game off of IG. What? The side top. Oh, Nidalee Bruiser top. Oh my God.
No.
My time has come.
Are we really doing this?
My time has come. My time has come. Oh my God.
World again. The point and quick stun so valuable as, oh boy.
Oh man,
Jeje.
I mean, we were so hyped up on the top side of the match that Jeje is going to create some attention on the pod side of the map. Flash from Mako early on. Awesome knows that he's got no way out. It's the early 3 camp clear into a gank on the bot side. First blood for Jeje.
The team fights just will be easier for FPX as grubs have spawned. They've been started. JJ snags 1 as Shadow gonna rotate over. Both junglers have access to Smite.
Yep. Jeje was able to take the first one without Smite, so he can always go back in and try and chance for it, but a majority of FPX members are guarding it, so it would be ill-advised for Jeje to go in just to burn his flash on the way out. 2 grubs secured. Jeje dashes out. Care flashing in forward with the perfect execution, looking for the first kill. Dashes out looking for Rookie, but dies to the electrocute proc, and Rookie's able to dash his way out. The rest of IG looking for exit kills, but not going to find any more. A little bit of tangoing in the river as they jockey for position over the Scuttle Crab, and Grubs coming up in 10 seconds. Oh, Mako Q flash forward. Pop Blossom doesn't stop in the bullet time. Forces Jeje to flash defensively away. Rookie cannot get enough damage out, and he is forced to retreat on the left side, and FPX will take the river fight in style.
I don't really know why IG took that one. I don't know, man. There were not conditions that I saw available for them in order of taking to take a fight onto the Lee Sin. So JJ forced out of the fight immediately, and then Care blast going in over the wall. And as we go back to live, Mako is in Narnia, gets stuck and taken down.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe Mako was trying to get some defensive vision for Shy so that he could continue.
I mean, he got a free Drake. It's fine, you know.
Teleport is coming in from FPX. They are actually scared of IG being able to win this turret push war, but as you called out, the 5 grubs guarantees it. Sheer helps out with the extra bit of damage. It does look close, but FPX victorious in the first brick.
That Nidalee attack speed steroid almost doing some extra work there to secure at least a feat's proc PS to go into the MF who can kind of drain tank, right? If things get squishy, and now we'll see if this base is for IG.
Kick. Not quite into turret range, but it does get 1 turret at range. There it is. Shy flashing with the takedown to secure the kill on the Care. Jway trying to join the fight here, looking for a Pop Blossom angle. The Shy is a little too far forward. The flash to guarantee the knockup onto the Cougar. Down goes Nidalee. And awesome benefits from the kill gold there from them. They're going to deny Rift Herald from them, so a lot of the game plan that IG would have preferred is not going their way. So now IG have to really bank on just opportunistic picks and forcing skirmishes when FPX are not prepared for it. But so far, the way that they have adapted, they've been the first ones to collapse. They've been the ones with the numbers advantage, and FPX are straight up outplaying IG on the map.
First place was, I'd say, the honorary MVP. If it wasn't for Jway's magnetic dredge lines in the last one, would have been a sheer MVP. The fact that he's even here, just the opportunity for him in fights to be so much more impactful against the team. And so FPX, the onus and opportunity is on them and for them to win this game is Care. Goodbye.
2v1. Grand Starfall into the stun to allow Akali to land everything. Yeah. Nidalee will not survive that one. JJ jumps on the Shadow. He's got
OTP?
Mako in his back pocket, but I don't know if he has enough damage. Kick flash lands him into a bush, but here comes Rookie with the teleport, and Care has to leave his jungler to die. No way the Shadow will escape this one. Big shutdown bounty going over to the hands of Rookie's Aurora. Maybe it could give IG a little bit of a boon to work with. They're nowhere near. Care is totally fine. Dissuading a 3-man attempt on the top side of the map. Gonna use the Rift Herald to unlock the mid lane here. One crash should do it. Bam, there it is.
I mean,
no one's gonna escort the Herald out to safety though. Sad.
Gotta be honest, Rafa, this is the type of game that like I would show my mid-masters collegiate team, just be like, guys, why didn't they pick Maokai? You know, for like the confirmation bias. It's like, how sick is that champion? You bring all that CC, engage, and control. Like, why aren't we playing it? You know,
I mean,
why do you end up like we can do better than this?
Like unironically, hang on. All right,
All right,
well,
I'm gonna bully this pick a lot, so I might actually.
Oh, he speared the minion. It might not be enough. Okay, but the Shy still has the damage with the takedown and the Triforce proc, but the flash is still not gonna save him. Auto attack still goes through. Knowledge to force the Otacon here. IG are gonna try to scope it out, but there's just no chance that they can safely walk in.
That's the thing. Like, even if IG wanted it or want to think about this, they can't fight it. They don't have the tools to even take a fight like that. Like, you're playing into the corridors against Pop Blossom and Meganar, no chance. You just have to take the inner. So, champion 4. And not something I can really see happening in that side lane match, but even if she is going to be very favorable in that 1v1 and 2v2 is, Care.
Maybe a pick on the Care. They get the initial stun onto him. JJ tries to follow up, and the Shy, one last auto attack. That's 1 GA down. They got to be careful, though. The rest of FPX are collapsing. Shadow's taking a lot of damage on the entry here. Between Worlds gets a decent amount of work done. Bullet time forces Mako out of the out of the fight. And he lives, as you called it out, here onto the Dragon Pit. There was a ward, but it is being blocked out by that control ward from the side of FPX. 5K, 4K, 3K on the Dragon. JJ nowhere near. It's secured by FPX. That's their first Dragon of the game. IG had already picked up the first 2 earlier on.
That outer turret still standing this late into the game, so likely to be the target here from FPX. They don't know that JJ's here.
Shadow is a little far forward. Kick into the tower. And that should be the revival, the withdrawal expended there. All right, well, IG are getting kills here and there.
Top. Yeah. FPX, they really did a nice job, actually, of defending their jungle there. And again, if they keep their lines, they keep things stable, that's where things start to favor them. Is Care actually going to take the wall over?
Shy's in trouble. Tries to flash away. Gets out of range from the Shadow here. Care kicked in.
Wait, he kicked him in.
But he just delivered him to the Shy, but it's not enough damage from the Akali onto the Shy. Bullet time rocks through the front line of IG. JJ falls. Rookie tries to stall the time with the Between Worlds, but Jue finds his moment. Pop Blossom with the Rocket Bell finds it on the 2. No other members from IG have dropped yet. They're still trying to press forward, but Mako is just not taking enough to step forward like that. Gala will not get a chance to put some damage in. And FPX, now with the confidence of 2 members gone from IG, might just look to rip the Baron.
Doing some work, does find Jue and Awesome. As FPX really an uphill battle for vision, it looks like they might be sacking this Soul Point.
Shadow's the first one into the river, gets some vision down. Mako turns it around. Jue with the counter, Pop Blossom engaged, and there's the bullet time ripping through once again. Good spear from the Shy. Does he want to look for Jue? Can't get in range, but Care on the left side flank. Rookie's exposed. Sheer barely survives. Dodges the Comet. The Shy is in. Can he get enough done? Kills Awesome, but Sheer still is alive. Care. Oh, wait a minute. Gala finds enough damage and puts the arrow into his back. So far in the most competitive fight that IG have been able to field against FPX, but still they lost 4 members and Gall is the only survivor.
I know that the flash attempt was okay, ends up being nothing as he goes down. And it might just be a rinse and repeat here over the Dragon with a lot of sums down.
Oh, Between Worlds they found Jue!
That's big!
That's huge! No Pop Blossom available now for FPX.
That's Dragon gone.
Yeah.
No fight. Pop Blossom's really big for at least holding people together, and then you have the Bullet Blossom combos. So that not being available is going to be enough to make sure that this Soul Point does go over to IG.
The unironic big spike on Nidalee top is actually level 16 because every rank you get in your ultimate, you increase the amount of execute damage you do on your takedown.
Hey, he's winning this hard.
Dude, he is honing on Sheer. He's got to go mega before Shy pops in. There's the slam, there's the wall up, and there's the difference. Flash forward, falls the Shy, and will outplay him on the Gnar.
Now going to be looking for that big flash Pop Blossom combo. Is IG, this Baron's getting low.
Oh, JJ taking the port over the wall. Is able to see that it was at 5,000 HP, 3,800, goes back in, fishes for a Q. Is he gonna take it? 1,700, 1,200, Jed does it again! We've seen it time and time where Jed is able to pull a rabbit out of the hat with a smite steal! Jed! Oh my god, you're a monster! Once again, are able to look to their jungler to pull a miracle. As now Rookie, dodges the Pop Blossom.
That's a lot used.
Dancing between worlds. Shadow flashing forward, bullet time. Jet goes back in, forced to flash away. Sheer on the hunt, gets stunned up. The Magnastorm interrupts the hop. It only scoops in Mako. Shadow flies in on the Grand Starfall, but he's super far away. FPX trying to pincer IG now in between them. But IG are now collapsing on the Shadow, and he's all isolated. He's all by himself. This is not the flank that he was looking for, and he's got no backup to bail him out.
Great play by Mako to interrupt the re-engage from Sheer. As IG, you said it out. What's the game plan to win this this match? Better hands, Rafa. They showed it in that skirmish.
They're making it happen. This
Soul.
is actually Dragon Soul. Holy moly.
Varus, Nidalee being able to apply that's going to be a huge help. The slows, too, will make a big difference. As I got to give credit to Rookie. The initial engage was onto him. He got out of 3 ultimates pretty much. Or 2 ultimates that were thrown at him. Inners were taken there by IG minus top. All the inners are standing for FPX. You can easily assume that at least 2 of those inners would have fallen if FPX would have picked up that Baron. That's Axel. Now we have an engage.
Grand Starfall Sheer is looking for Mako, but can't get in range. Care is on the flank, looking for Gala. Finds the shuriken backflip. Dway gonna combo pop blossom. They pop the backline. Massive for FPX. Now it's down to Rookie. The Shy can't do it. Jet on the Lee Sin. Can he pull out another miracle? But he's got to chew through a G, and it just won't happen. FPX line up the circles, and they find the fight. Rookie's not going to even take a chance. Baron secured for FPX.
We're going to Elder, Rafa.
Oh, boy.
That's the only answer at this point. It's got to be an Elder game. They're going to wait to kill the Baron until their teammates spawn, at least Jue. I mean, if Elder gets taken, anything can happen. So,
yeah.
I got to say, IG, they've done a good job. The fight that we saw them win/be close.
Getting eyes and intel for the rest of IG. FPX leashing the Dragon, leaning towards the bottom side. Rookie trying to brute force his way in. The Dragon will reset.
That's big on the Care. Yeah, Care is going to hit TP and reset again. Damage onto Akali sticks. Really big that they can find damage onto Nico, onto Akali, onto these champions that cannot heal back the health. So love that from Rookie. That's a really big chunk and is going to threaten the TP of Care. As with him going to base, Elder has been pulled. It's at half. Care TPing into the bot side as the Shy ports over and Shadow's going in.
He's looking for the backline. He's gone in the gauntlet. Flash, cleanse, popped. Dodges the bullet time. Shadow is all by himself. Dway tries to flash in forward, but Gala is able to sidestep it, and now he is unaffected. IG trying to buy space, but Gala is completely taken out of the fight. He can't get in. He finally looms forward, looks for a piercing arrow. Dway falls. FPX still trying to fight through thick and thin. 1,600 on the Dragon, who secures it. It's Shadow, and now the fights have turned. The result, it could be going to FPX's way, but the Shy's looking for a spear. It barely misses on the Shadow. On the top side, looking for this tier 2. Should be able to get it. Sheer in the mid lane, trying to corral the minion wave as well. The rest of FPX trying to play through this top side. Baron spawning in 30 seconds. Map.
Okay, does he TP behind him?
It's burning super fast. I don't think FPX can get in. 4,000. Shadow tries to brute force his way through the Shy. 1,500 in range, but Shadow cannot get in there. Sheer on the flank. Was he spotted? Was he spotted?
No.
IG, they're trying to lean forward. He goes in, looking for it, but a good kick by Jit. Forces Sheer away. Shadow all by himself, trying to threaten Mako and Gala. Dway opens up some space. They look for Jit first. Bullet time, ripping through Mako. There's Care onto the backline, and Gala is isolated. The Shy can't get to him. Rookie trying to fight through the bottom side of this flank. Shy, Sarah's gauge pop. Shadow throws up the Aegis shield, absorbs all the damage, but still goes down to the Shy. IG are making it tough for FPX to win this fight.
That empowered auto, again, the Overlord's Blood Mail. Last item. Bruiser Nidalee's actually doing some work, and now Rookie, that's a pop.
Big pop.
That's huge.
Dwayne Eagle's gone. That's only 4 members for FPX. 60 seconds as you called it for the Death Timers. IG have the 5-man advantage. They have the Baron buff. They have Hextech Soul. They're pushing in through the mid lane.
This is where FPX's comp, again, being stuck under the tower against Hexel. That's going to be hard. They don't have the ability to find angles here. It's going to be safe for now, but bot inhibitor where the sights are for IG. Turret bound to fall. FPX have to wait for Jue to fight. He does have flash. A flash pop blossom could be big. No bullet time, though, for Awesome to combo with.
6 seconds on Jue. Both minion waves in mid and bot pouring onto the Nexus towers. FPX, you don't have that much time to play for. Here it comes. Shadow and Care watching forward. Jue looks, finds the backline under Gala, but he's standing tall. He's delivering on the arrows. He doesn't fall. IG will prevail over FPX. Shares the last one standing alongside Shadow, but it's not gonna be enough. IG overcome the impossible and are bringing us to game 3.
Oh, the Hex Souls and the Bruisers, they do some extra mileage. You get IG over the edge in a 49-minute banger. I gotta say, too, like, Ashe Braum, I'm a big fan of Ashe Braum, but I think this game, it's actually pretty vulnerable. Braum in the Lilia, Jhin, even Yone, it's really tricky.
For the early game, and it helps give Shadow a strong scope of how to play the map, which we've seen to their credit, at least FPX have been able to play out fairly well, but very volatile in the mid lane right now. JJ looking to collapse on the Care. Has flash available. Maybe Q flash. There it is. Gets the dot tick, and it doesn't matter. Care tries to answer back, but it's first blood for JJ.
Cross-country mile to actually get back to match the dual lane. As while it's been going on, JJ
the flash from Shadow.
But he's no
got the auto attack down, and JJ no flash as you called it before. The stun, not going to land quite yet. Permafrost. Oh, he can't get in range? That's crazy! Permafrost will lock up the Shy instead, and he still has the flash if he needs it. Gets the Cold to Meek for extra sustain. Shadow going crazy under the tower! Oh, man! He wanted to force it, but just a little too far. And IG punish.
Ashe Braum still getting pushed. They rotated him up towards the top side. Shadow gonna knock these down, so the look from IG.
You cannot cast the Permafrost while in the middle of your W animation, and it gives enough time for Jedit to escape range from it. And we didn't see a replay of the player cam, but Shadow so frustrated as an all-in from the Shy, looking for just to push out and shove up this wave using the power of the Dominus there while Jijit is still on the bottom side and actually getting a chance to crash the wave, and Sheer has to back off because he doesn't have Slicing Maelstrom to defend himself. Pretty much everyone has flash available, only not available on the Shy and Sheer. Whereas Sheer, though, being occupied on the bottom side of the map. Flash, or Cleanse, I should say, burned by Awesome. Now on the run. Arrow lands right onto Mako. Should be able to battle dance away. Permafrost stun. Locks up. Concussive blows stack up as well. But Mako still survives? No way! The Shy is able to dash away as well, but the Buster Shot will find him on the exit. IG now down to top laner. FPX should have the numbers advantage to brute force their way into the Grubs pit.
TP, or a TP was used.
Hang on.
Both TP was canceled. Yeah, back to live Grubs.
Already used one smite. JJ gets the smite on the other one, but it should be FPX cleaning the fifth one out for themselves. Rookie was fishing onto Care. Gala opens up Deadly Flourish as well. The flash forward. Oh, Sheer with the Slicing Maelstrom, and Mako gives his life for the team. The Shy in the middle of it all, but Gala's pumping damage. Looks for the third bullet. Fourth one in the chamber. Bunch of damage. The Dancing Grenade is going to find Care. It's not enough as he flashed away. Wait! I don't know how he died, but it's a triple kill for Gala. IG win the fight.
That fight in the choke, IG, the Lilia got so much mileage, and Rookie had a big fight himself on the Yone as a couple Q3s found multiple knockups. Lilia on the back half of that fight again, saw how much mileage those Qs were getting, and some of the difficulties of Ashe Braum going up against Lilia, Jhin, Yone. It's just really tough for FPX to have reach against what IG has in this draft.
Arrow. Who's it for? Oh, it's timing Rookie on the Soul Unbound. Winter Spike connects, and that guarantees the stun with Care's auto attacks. Big shutdown.
Grubs 2 could actually knock down this turret, would be first and a step towards feet, so big win for FPX.
FPX got to take the wins where they can find them. Dragons of the game, and we're looking at a Cloud Soul game, and you have to imagine that benefits a lot of the champions on the side of IG.
Yeah, I mean, again, Lilia, Renekton with Cloud Soul against this comp. Lilia is already fast to begin with.
Wouldn't normally expect from someone who has to preserve their shutdown bounty. So it would be 371 gold that's on the table for FPX to claim. Good cleanse by Gala from the Arrow. Shadow trying to threaten and pressure forward, but Mako standing in between him and his 80 carry. Allows that the Glacial Prison will not find its mark if he launched it.
Has ult for the next wave if he wants to do it again. Is FPX still looking and Mako still hovering?
Yeah, Mako has flash, he has grand entrance and quickness available. Teleport is coming in, he pops it. Dominus also rocking as well for the rest of IG. The Buster Shot tries to push him away.
Sheer
All
coming.
they want is the turret. Maybe they can turn it around. Sheer has arrived to the party as well. The flash comes out of the shot to dodge the slicing Maelstrom. Rookie fishing with the Q3. Doesn't find the knockup yet. Decent damage. Soul Unbound will pop the mark. Sheer down to 50% HP. Rest of IG not going to follow up the fight.
Yeah, but it was a good stall from IG. They have Rift Herald that was taken throughout the duration of that attempted dive. JJ going to crash that into mid. Actually can go for the double crash into the mid inner if he reads it right. Able to skirt around the dead turret. Will find the second crash. Well played. The big win for IG.
Finding enough opportunities to really punish and find that window to leverage.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, you can say, like, why are we diving a Renekton, right? Like, that's a... Okay, hold on.
Oh, boy. I mean, he's going to try to sidestep him, but he can't sidestep them all. The curtain call finds one. Keeping on the rotation. Isolated from the rest of their carries. From the rest of their defensive line of where Mako can bail multiple people out, but it's just IG continuing the map train of being able to pick up objectives here. 3 dragons now to their name. Otacon has spawned on the bottom side of the map.
Care is stuck. He's trying to hide. Mako saw him. He's got no rocket jump.
Gonna be able to get out. Yep. Yeah. Deadly Flourish will connect. No chance and no point in burning the flash. That's just a dead Tristan on the screen for free.
Yeah, I mean, the attempted trade on the top side, it was trying to take
they're
inner.
Looking for more. Oh, man. The Soul Unbound just times out, but a lot of damage on the Shadow, and the Glacial Prison goes one because Jidget popped the stasis before the ulti came out. That's a dead piggy, and the rest of IG are going to continue the chase, looking for Jue. The curtain call. Jue has to absorb it for his 80 carry as Awesome will sidestep the last one.
JJ's level 14, man. He's the highest level in the game. He's so big this game.
Yeah, 3 levels above Shadow, Sejuani.
My God.
6,000 on the Otacon. Shadow tries to gain vision so he can step up and look for at least a steal. Teleport is coming in. The Shy arrives. Shadow comes in. Glacial Prison right into the back. Finds Mako. It's leased off for now. 2K. Rookie and the Shy are trying to buy time. Who's going to be able to secure it? Okay, Shadow steals it, but it's all about the flower game. But Shadow trying to push Jidget back. The Shy is now losing ground. Rookie tries to step up, but Sheer finds Gala all isolated. There's the slicing Maelstrom. Gala is shut down. Sheer on the cannon, able to find it, but Rookie trades one back on the Fate Sealed. And Awesome is dying into the back line. Rookie and the Shy still trying to carry out the fight. It's now down to Care, and he's got a Sejuani to try and be that front line for it, but there's no ultimate tools for the Shy. There's no ultimate from Rookie, but it jumps right into Jidget. Bambi hits him with the heap. IG prevail. Point. Award was popped down by FPX, but it is being clouded out by the control ward. They get brief vision, see that it's 5k HP. Arrow coming in. Mako absorbs it, not the ideal target, but they're gonna all in for it. Take out the support. Sheer buy space with the slicing Maelstrom. Jidget is forced back. 2,000 HP on the dragon, but Rookie turns it around with a good Fate Sealed. The Shy doing everything in the backline that he can, but it buys time for that Cloud Soul is secured. Jidget Q flash, lilting Lullaby onto the back. 2 men are falling asleep, and Gala is going to send them the night-night permanently. Gala steps up forward, but Care is able to equalize one back.
It's a quad. Looks like a multiple multi-kills going over. Rookie. It's still so hard for FPX. Like, they're down a Cloud Soul now. And I think a lot of their comp, like, they have to close the gap. Again, Ashe Braum really outranged and out-interacted to set up that ward from Sheer. It's hunting for Mako, but Mako is yet to be spotted.
I mean, they know that someone is back there.
A lot of angles
look
here.
At the pincer. Everyone is corralled into the Baron Pit, but they find a Glacial Prison right onto the middle. Jidget stunned up. Care trying to rock on forward. He flashes away from the Shy, but Rookie's already taken on Awesome. Care, it's all on you. You're the only marksman left for FPX, and Gala does not go down. The odds are stacked against them. Care's running for his life, but there's nowhere for him to run. IG overwhelmed the Phoenix crew, and they are victorious.
The kitchen sink was thrown at Gala, and he stands strong through the cannonball. In the end, was able to at least have a tip assist in that fight, but with everything burned towards the Jhin, IG got to run rampant through the rest of the fight. And what's been a banger series, Mark, it started with 2 40-minute bangers. IG looking to make sure this series does go their way in the end.
Not going to close out the game. Death timer on Awesome and Jue. That IG are pretty much in sound position to close the series out. Sheer, I don't think he has ult available. He's going to teleport in, maybe play for some kills here.
Nope.
Immediate turn from IG. The Soul Unbound Death Mark or Detonation will pop him.
FPX made that fight very hard for them to win. And now IG just putting the finishing touches on this one.
Sidestep from the Shy, dodges the arrow from Awesome. IG continuing to push in through the bottom lane while the Shy maintains pressure through mid. They're going to turn onto the Shy for now. Good stun, maybe. Wait a minute. Don't tell me it's like game one. The Shy is able to escape this time. And IG continue to push through the bottom side of the map. It's now 2 inhibitors completely exposed. Nexus turrets in sight of IG. Curtain Call opens up, fishing for damage. They're going to try to protect Jue. They absorb the bullet. Mako steps a little too far forward. It's a 5v4 for now on FPX, and it could be enough to at least hold the base for now.
I think Mako was just shouting out the Shy in game 1 and what happened when he went in 1v4 as Investa and went down, and then
I mean, listen, FPX.
Wait a minute.
They were baiting. They knew that they wanted to face check to see if they were on Elder Dragon. The rookie, wait. Rookie gets traded for Twin. It's still a 4v3. Down. I mean, FPX, they're 2 inhibitors down.
Guys really have to be on care.
Look at the
ping. I want to say, Yone has the IE.
Arrow. Mako absorbs it. He's isolated. He can't battle dance to anyone to safety. It's a 5-on-4 again. But look at the minion wave on the bottom side. FPX can't dilly-dally right now. The Shy is immediately beelining it for the bottom wave. He doesn't give a crap about the Elder Dragon unless he wants to look for a flank. But the minion wave is still stacking on the bottom side. FPX have to do this quick. They don't have a lot of time. 9,000 on the Elder Dragon. JJ stepping up with Gala. Q flash forward onto 3. Sheer opens up space. Gala is forced to go back. 2,000 HP on the Elder Dragon. It's secured by JJ. IG! They've done it! And just like that, the rest of FPX get popped. One last ditch attempt by them. The Hail Mary does not land. The TPs are rolling. JJ True on the smite will deny any hope for an upset from Fun Plus Phoenix. And it's IG taking the series 2-1.
Oh, what felt like a fun series, a couple of bangers, a little bit of slop, you know, all fun and games. Well, it all comes to the end when the Elder Dragon starts breathing fire. If they are able to get Alistar, get Xin in there, the follow-up with Galio is big, so it's going to be on BLG to initially kind of pull back with the fight and try and find the reset, the re-engages.
BLG just recognizing that since Hoya got the first move, there was no chance that they were going to have the best numbers advantage for the Scrubs, just ensuring that they don't flip something unnecessarily and give an advantage over to TT, just taking the trade and keeping the game even. I was curious to see if BLG were going to try to take advantage of that. Oh, okay, nice interrupt from Feather, at least being able to dodge the flip, but Elk, does he want to flash for another auto attack? Yes, he does. Gets first kill of the game, but now Elk might be in trouble since he has no flash, and Satab has 2 more Spirit Rushes and an Orb of Deception to follow up. Equalizes the kill board 1-1.
In this game, you are here to nullify the matchup. Not exactly, and like beat Galio, not exactly to win it. As at the moment, Satab.
Good charm, but he's now going to deal with a 4-man dive. Cease and desist will deny any outplay potential from Satab. A flash was expended, and it just isn't enough.
BLG's perspective, I agree. Like your Grub abusers are a Poke Varus, a tank Galio, and then an Ahri, who should be the one winning side lanes, and the side lane that I want to see Thunder Talk really overload, support with the Xin, Galio, and Alistar moving forward. But if you are able to get the first 2 Drakes for giving up the first 6 Grubs, I gotta say this is one of the rare games where I kind of agree with the gambit from BLG. Usually I think 6 Grubs are too much to give up, but for this game, I don't think that's the case. I think BLG is actually getting the better of the map.
Yeah, as you called it out, none of the champions on TT side really have
to accept that, all right?
Listen, man, it was so awesome. I need to see it
have some action though. I know you know, first
2K.
Series bring it up, applies action. Satab.
Oh, good smite from Wei, secures it. Now it's just all about the exit strategy. On is able to crash down over the wall. Satab following up with the Spirit Rush. Good stun by On, and the flash from Beichuan forces On's flash as well. Elf might be compromised, but Satab is just a little too deep. Bullet time is gonna at least create some damage, but Wei still goes down thanks to the hero's entrance from Hoya. But now TT, they have to commit to getting out of here. 4 minutes here?
Yeah, I mean, depending on if you have the Summoning Insight or spell or not.
Sure.
You know, with the bonus spell CDR.
Okay. Well, they're going to jump onto On. They know that he doesn't have flash, and should be a kill there. Feather flashing forward to guarantee the stun. The Magnusor buys some time, and On is going to escape. Now the re-engage. Maybe they can find something here. Elk is trying to put as many auto attacks as he can while Wei is absorbing as much damage, and Bin is now teleported into the Flay. Equalizer is going to force 1xM to run, but Elk is flashing forward, and now he's got a Varus in his sights. Bullet time rips through Satab's health bar, and Bin should do enough with the Flame Spoiler to cook him on a spit. The rest of BLG punishing ThunderTalk where they stand, and it's an ace for BLG.
Big up, I can't reach Elk, and Elk was the one who flashed forward, has an insane angle on this ultimate. Beautiful fight from Elk, really enabled by the fact that ThunderTalk used so many tools.
Aggroed by ThunderTalk, but nowhere near close to being finished here. BLG gonna have enough time to collapse in. Maybe look for something. Hoya has the first move. Hero's entrance at the ready. Weaver's Wall from Knight allows him to collapse. Feather forced to pop the ultimate for that damage reduction. Beichuan tries to step up. Buy some base here. Oh, Hoya with a decent flank right onto Knight, but the bullet time is going to ring true once again. And Wei secures the Rift Herald. Satab falls, and the rest of BLG have their way with the fight once again. Beichuan on the run. Tries to go into the 3 talent strike, but just not enough damage in the tank. BLG are running away with this one as now Hoya, the tank on the Galio, just no longer surrounded by the damage dealers of ThunderTalk, as
no TT.
Actually might... I don't think he's actually getting away. Because there's a Vi there to cut off his escape route. And now the gold lead has extended, Matt. 6,000 advantage for BLG. This seems pretty much over.
Find a winning angle here, Rocco. And BLG just continued to run away with this game. That soul point secured pre-18 minutes. Ocean Soul on the map. This game's already wrapped.
Yeah, BLG haven't taken that many towers yet, but this Rift Herald will be the markings of the 3rd taken. Could look for another charge, but I don't think ThunderTalk are going to give them that opportunity, as Bin getting jumped on by Beichuan. There's no flash on this Rumble, but...
There's no way to win in this game. And it has been good play off of BLG as that streak continues.
Oh, man. Cease and desist right on the bullet time, but 1xN is able to flash away from him, and Beichuan is threatening Elk. It pushes him away,
down.
But they're... Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait does fall to Satab, but Beichuan trying to absorb all the attention right now. Finally falls. On trying to continue the charge here. Feather on the wrong side of the wall. Still has a flash available. Finally uses it. Gets out alive, but the rest of BLG still fighting. 4v4. Charm connects onto On. Hoya dashes in with the Justice Punch, and Feather trying to see if he can rejoin the fight here, but just can't get his way around the wall. It's just too much time. The Equalizer finds its moment to cook Satab once again. Feather falls in succession. BLG. Double kill for Elk. And it just seems to be the story continuing to write itself. BLG as the expected victors, and they are living up to the script.
Yeah, you might have beaten us in split 1, not going to beat us in split 2. I think is what BLG is saying right now. And that fight, like, it kind of looked close, but the whole time Bin was sitting on Equalizer, was just waiting for, you know, the Alistar ult to run out, Ori ult to expire, dropped that in the back half of the fight and made it look good.
Well, for BLG fans, at least they are content that their favorite team is living up to the mantle that they have earned for themselves throughout their victorious 2024 season in the LPL, being able to pick up back-to-back titles. To the very end, Otacon GAs were picked up here, so BLG can really play with abandon, as Bin is finding a flank here, and here they go. They pull the trigger right onto 1xN. A flashless Varus is going to get stunned up here, but the Equalizer, not enough damage to actually cook him, but Bin is going to force the issue by flashing on forward with the Flame Spitter. The bullet time rips through the cow, turns it into ground beef, and Hoya still on the run, but dies to the burn anyway. Satab trying to retreat, but will not find any ground. BLG, they don't drop a single man since it was Otacon Gias in their side. And even though the death timers are short, I think they have what it takes to finish here. But I think they're going to take it patient. Just going to go for the open inhibitor and continue to play for the soul instead.
Games, there's a lot of variance in this league. A lot of good teams, too, at the top. But BLG were the team that stage and reclaimed the international dominance and one of the top teams in the world moniker that this team has owned when they have been at their best in the past.
Yeah, split 1. A lot left on the table, but this time for the rest of the season, they've got 8 weeks ahead of themselves. As TT are going to try to jump onto Bin. He's got no stasis to protect himself, so it's a guaranteed 5-on-4 advantage for TT. Comes at the cost of an inhibitor tower on that top side of the map. BLG just making their retreat. Wave potentially threatening to look at Satab. He's only isolated. It's only Beichuan, but Hero's entrance will stall the fight a little bit. L can't really get in there to follow up, but the bullet time will, and that cone is deadly. Beichuan falls in the back as well, and suddenly, just like that, BLG have created the numbers advantage for themselves once again. It's just down to 1xN and Feather, but BLG should have the strength to push it in for the win.
No need to base with Ocean Soul. Ben has TP in 13. This is going to be... I mean, it's pretty rare with Baron spawning at 25 that you see pre-27, pre-28 wins, but of course, BLG going to make it happen in this game 1.
Nexus turret starting to fall here. Feather will try one last time to look for Elk, but a clean flash prediction will deny Feather any chance for a miracle comeback. And teleport coming in from Ben. BLG standing on the doors of the footsteps of that base. Thundertalk, no chance. It's BLG all day, every day with a game 1 win.
Last pick, Ezreal too, not going to help with that. Ezreal, in a lot of melees, should be pretty happy Arcane shifting around the fight later on, and one way to actually get out of the arrows. So, again, I really like the draft that BLG has. Cannon wasn't taken. And as we return to the standard lanes, I will say Elk was starved out a little bit there by Hoya. So, a little bit of a CS lead onto the Ashe, a little bit less onto the Ambessa. And this game, I know last game we thought that giving over the 3 grubs was actually okay for BLG. Yone can abuse it this game, though, and we have a dive coming in as Hoya. Again, he did ding 6. No TP to go back bot, but they don't care about that wave. They want to make the play, and we'll see what they can find.
Right on the public execution goes through, and it's clean. But now they've got to drop the turret aggro as it's starting to ramp up. On goes back in, but has no reinforcements. Way Q flash onto 4 members. Can he actually clean up? Eep finds 1, and he's going to skirt on out. A rest from the 3-man. Satab trying to find Knight. He just jumps over the wall and gets away from the sword advantage, and no Fate Sealed available for Thundertalk to play with on these grubs as they continue the fight here. Beichuan off of the arrow. On absorbs it. Super tanky. Not going to live through this one. The hostile takeover getting some decent value here. Forces a Knight away. Cannot support Way. And I'm not sure if he was able to get the grub. Looks like he was able to smite 1 away. But overall, big win for Thundertalk here. They're going to be able to get the rest of the grubs.
Yeah, I don't like BLG. Like, they go for the play on the Satab. There was quite a bit burned in order to try and pull that one off. And they try and continue it onto the grubs in a play where they really just couldn't afford to make. So... Thundertalk not only win the skirmish, but actually win the grubs, and this is a small lead that with 5 grubs, they could really snowball. This game going to be important that On is able to kind of catch and stop some of the engage that is likely heading Lilia's way.
Yeah. Pretty hard for Way to play out that fight, too, since he was down a flash, having expended it for that 4-man Q flash, right, earlier. So, now, BLG, you know, I kind of understand trying to push for that fight, not wanting to give over that many grubs over to Thundertalk's way. And credit to them, at least they were able to snag 1, and it's not the 6 grubs. Doomsday has the explosive charge from Satab, or that was on Satab. Actually, I thought it was only if he... That's neat.
That's interesting. That turret was low. Satab not going to be low. He's halting out.
And he's got the reset charge, the flash forward to guarantee it, and he's got the reset to jump out of there. Knight taking care of business. Over the reins and represent on international stages as... Hang on. Good flash from Ben, dodging the Glacial Prison. Permafrost is going to stun him for a bit, but just not enough damage as Beichuan now forced to flash from the turret aggro that was ramping up. Feather is here, but I don't know how much work he can get done on the Renata here. He can maybe find the handshake. Pulls him right back in. Beichuan is back from the grave, and Ben, don't tell me he gets one more auto attack. Yes, he does. Oh my goodness. Gonna make TT work for it, being able to trade 1 back in a 1v3.
Oh, there was no bailout from the Renata. Feather used it to speed himself up to make sure that he could get in range, apply the red buff against Bin, and Bin, the Chad that he is, Gigabin, strikes the rift, takes down Beichuan with them as the trade of turrets is even. Not your E and your R if you're playing it correctly. So that did help open up for Bin with the outplay. Meanwhile...
Oh, man! The Q3 from Satab trying to flash swing combo it, just not enough. Ben outstats him, and yeah, Matt, I think I'm in the same boat with you. BLG winning both sides of the map at the moment. Rift Herald completely in their control. And even though the kill score is even and the gold lead isn't that far ahead for BLG, you can't help but think that maybe Thundertalk are just not going to have the conditions set up for them to be able to take this game away from BLG.
And I mean, this is the horror going up against BLG. You got a lane in the bin and Knight. That Rift Herald is secured by the team, but what happened beforehand, which enabled him to find the kill, and then Hoya, no escape for him, trying to get on the way. And meanwhile,
back to live. On is caught by the handshake, but that's okay. He's just a Leona. Their Seitab was trying to open up the backside there. Hostile takeover is going to open up more for Thunder Talk, and Bin is caught up in it. And wait a minute, Thunder Talk being able to find a decent fight. BLG, though, make sure the rest of BLG are able to escape. In trouble once again. Yeah, he's going to have to go back in. Elk trying to do a decent amount of damage to Beichuan, and Wei has now arrived. They trade 1-for-1 support for jungler. Not bad for BLG's circumstances here. Now have the minion wave and the Rift Herald. They're going to be able to crash it into tier 1. Can they get more off of this?
Yeah, they're gonna save the crash for tier 2 as well. So well played, BLG. Enough from Menacing Dragon spawning in 30 seconds. It is a soul available, and oh boy, Hoya.
Big stack from Hoya. Public execution right on the Knight. It has no chance to burn flash. I mean, it's a 5-on-4 now created for Thunder Talk, and one of the big damage dealers, Knight, had gone deathless this entire game. Finds his first one at the hands of Hoya.
Hoya does not have R available. Knight will have TP when he spawns in 8, so on TT to rip it. 1xN kind of low.
Oh, man. Oh, that's shift and cleanse gone, but really good poke damage onto 1xN. Not able to step up safely. Now using the hostile takeover. It guarantees that Thunder Talk get the dragon and deny soul. But Han are going to hunt for Seitab. They find him. The flash for the wall from Knight. He comes back from the grave with vengeance. And he's looking for the resets. Goomba stomping on 1xN and Feather individually picking up big shutdown bounties. And BLG are going to make Thunder Talk pay.
Turret, or bot inner turret, I should say, cannot be denied by TT.
Beichuan is here. Whoa. Maybe can protect Hoya as he flashes away from the engage range of BLG.
Nice.
On just going to disengage, but it does open up the map. Bin going to secure another turret for BLG in the mid lane.
Yeah, I honestly really like that. Tended that one. As Knight not the recipient on the other end, able to rocket jump away from that one safely. Thunder Talk now. Wei.
Wow, Wei's got to be careful with face chuck in the bush like that. He's got a stasis.
Takeover.
Maybe they could buy some time.
Okay.
Immediately flashing away from the hostile takeover. BLG still have a chance to regroup for some space. Feather got tagged by a swirling seat. On is into the back line, and Knight is trying to follow up as best as he can. Seitab, fate sealed onto 2 members, immediately blinks back, but Wei was waiting for the Soul Unbound to pop so that he could pick up a Yone on the back end.
So no spine available here for TT.
It's going to burn down super quickly. Wei still has Smite available. It is secured. Hex Tech Soul on top of it as well. And Hoya is just in no man's land, no chance. And now the rest of Thunder Talk could be in trouble. Beichuan doesn't have ulti available. He has the front line to stand and deliver so that 1xN can get as much work as he done. But Lilting Lullaby and the Buster shot from Knight as he rocks on forward. Goomba stomping once again. BLG putting Thunder Talk into the grave.
Opportunity to one-shot Wei. That doesn't happen. Seitab does his damnedest in this fight to do work, but this game of the series we're not too surprised by. But the game 1 draft was a bit of a bummer. And again, I think that we're in a scenario where Thunder Talk's kind of struggling to find their identity in the standard lane scenario with Hoya. And Hoya to actually snowball the game forward, but it's plays being taken. It's what's happening on the map. And speaking of Hoya, he's looking to angle for public execution here.
Glacial Prison here. Knight able to buffer it. Seitab with the fate sealed into the backline. Hustle takeover, layered right on top of Elk. Okay, that's one marksman gone, but now you got to deal with the other one, and it's Knight who now has an angle, looking to reset once again. Finds Feather, finds 1xN, and it's just Seitab left since Hoya's on the wrong side of the tracks here. Triple kill picked up for the mid laner of BLG. Hoya got a flash over the wall. The rest of BLG gonna try to track him down while Bin and Knight are going to look to lay ruin to the base.
I mean, Bin TP'd in, absolutely laid the hammer down against 1xN, who fell at the hands of Bin's Jace. As we teased early on, Knight and Bin, these gargantuan solo laners, world-class, top of their role, best players in the world of the role at times. They really outclassed TT today as they're putting the finishing touches on this series.
If there's any doubts remaining from Split 1, they have been quickly dashed by BLG. A quick 2-0 sweep will put an end to any other concerns in this particular matchup between BLG and Thunder Talk. And as Billy Gaming, they're going to walk away with a few extra kills as they are patting down the KDA stats and take the sweep.
Mod just does a lot of damage, right, versus percentage HP, or has a lot of percentage HP damage built into his kit, plus he builds that Liandry's. It's going to be hopefully able to take down Flandre as well. It's going pretty well for anyone's legend, right? Here we go.
Yeah, already a flash engaged by Kyle. Remember, JackieLove does not have his. He's forced to dash straight into the hands of Tarzan, and first blood is picked up by AL. Chris, the next on the menu. Kyle waiting for another stun to potentially come up off of cooldown, will be matched by Tarzan's flash, and it's a quick 2 kills to anyone's legend.
It might do very well for them to deny a dragon here, deny a dragon there.
Trade on the other side, though, will be those grubs. As you mentioned, Kanavi going to pick up all 3 of them, with Flandre just ulting up to the top side to try to catch that wave and prevent any turret plates from going down at this point. Tarzan getting that Cloud Drake, and then going to have his chance to invade this bottom side a little bit as well. It reset for now, as top Esports still waiting for 369 to get here, make it an even fight. That is at least one of those grubs picked up, and now AL are going to peel off for now.
So they could transition JackieLove over, and looking at that bot lane as well, teleport free for Cream if they do want to try and find a fight, but neither side are going to get the feet on this, so it's just going to be a little flip for the final one.
We hear that bell. That means that Flandre is going to try to join the fight here. Teleport comes in as well from Cream, but the Unstoppable Onslaught will not find a target. Chris flashes in, lands that Pop Blossom onto 2, and Cream, between worlds, will pick up that kill onto Kyle. JackieLove the next target, though, as anyone's legends and Tarzan on the Nefiri are looking to bounce back here in this team fight. Kanavi been knocked up as well. Realm Warp out from Shanks to get himself away from the death realm of 369, and the rest of AL are going to try to collapse here onto this Mordekaiser. Flash in onto Flandre to land that slow with the E, and Hope will pick up the kill, making it 5-1 anyone's legend.
Time. JackieLove positioned aggressively.
And now we've got another fight here. Chris, without that flash, in some trouble as Kyle will come down with that grand Starfall and allow for Tarzan to pick up his second kill. AL running the map so far in game 1.
You know, sort of correcting themselves. Remember that the last 2 times these teams played each other, it was Top Esports came out on top. Top that booked their...
There's just too many of them. Look, he spawns them all with passive too. looking like Joey Chestnut out here.
Okay, Rift Herald has been started by AL. We've got a lot of people on this top side. Root hits onto Shanks.
In some trouble here. Kanavi going to throw out the ultimate, but Shanks will just flash away from it. Match potentially here by Chris. Pop Blossom flash will stun him up, and now without any crowd control, Shanks will not be able to escape here with a Realm Warp. Really nicely timed route here by the Skarner to prevent him from going down. Now, another fight has opened up. 4 members of Top Esports on the wrong side of the map, but it doesn't matter because they are doing so much damage here. Tarzan going to pick up 1 on a JackieLove, and maybe look for another as Hope is still full HP with the Gatling gun unleashed. Kanavi, Chris, and the rest of Top Esports still in some trouble here. This dog is absolutely barking right now in this game, but he finally will get taken down by Cream. Now Hope in a 1v3 will back forward. Cream is still running the wrong way. Surely should go down. Gatling gun up once again, and there's the Foss Bomb to pick up another kill for Hope.
Yeah, and I don't think that they can get Herald off this Top Esports. They did find a good fight, though. 2 really good teleports that bait the majority of AL around the top side fight. Probably going to get to see a little bit more of that once again. TP's down to the bot side from 369.
A lot more of that international experience. We're hoping that it can come into fruition here in this game specifically when he is the primary carry. Right now, Dragon started up by Top Esports. They'll have the smite advantage with the Rend of JackieLove on the Callista. Tarzan, though, still looking for a potential steal. Will not pick it up, though, as Kanavi will secure the objective. But now, here comes the big fight. Dream goes between worlds. Shanks currently the target right now, but Flandre going over the backside. And there's Kanavi getting bursted instantaneously. A 2-man Pop Blossom combined by the Fate's Call will mean that Chris and the rest of TS will be able to peel away for now. Krebs goes forward, but doesn't find a single knockup and will get taken down by Hope. And anyone's legends will win this fight easily. They lose the dragon, but will pick up 4, maybe 5, as JackieLove is still on the run. Tarzan finds the mark, pops the Eclipse Shield, and will not be able to find the rest of the kills.
Beforehand, they're going to take the bot lane tier 1 as well. And there are pings up toward the Atacon as well by AL. They know that they are in the ascendancy this game. Was able to do in that fight is exactly what led to anyone's legend being in a very good spot.
Top Esports, they still want to fight. They find Kyle here with the Impale, forcing him to flash away. Hope gets taken really low by Green. But here comes the follow-up by Tarzan on the Nefiri. And Kanavi once again gets taken down. Second proc of the ultimate lands onto JackieLove, but he will be able to dash away for now. Here comes Shanks. He flashes to the wall, but the Pop Blossom will be responded to. Shanks picks up 1 kill onto JackieLove. Will Cream be able to find 1? He finally does. Back onto the Nefiri, but will get traded by Flandre. Another 4 kills find the way of AL as they'll make their way towards the Otacon.
And the battle of the mid laners continues to reign supreme. Shanks finds a triple kill in the top side there. Flashing over the wall, laying waste to the backline of Top Esports. Two-hand over. 4-1-8 for Shanks, 5-0-6 for Hope. The carries for anyone's legend having a remarkable game, just too much. It's Top Esports that are reeling from that fight.
I feel like in general, you look at Top Esports composition, they want to fight like front-to-back 5v5, right? You have this big front line in the Skarner, and you haven't been able to find those fights the way that they wanted to. It's always these little skirmishes that end up scattered across multiple fronts, and we're going to see it again here with the semi-globals that AL have. Cream will once again go down. He has 5 of the 6 kills from top, but also 4 deaths at this point. Rift Herald also picked up by AL as they're going to try to crack open this top tier 2.
Yeah, and that's a really big mistake from Cream here. Going to cost them probably this tier 2 on the top side, but you have to wonder why is he so far up without the proper support that he needs there, and maybe he's not got the damage to do that, but a quick chunk like that can change the course of how a fight works.
Tarzan yoinks away that hard box for red buff by 369. He popped the death drum to make it a 1-for-1. He will be stronger in this isolated setting. Will matter how much reinforcements Tarzan will have once the fight begins.
He's got a
and
lot.
Here comes Tarzan with the Flandre with the ultimate, and will be able to pick up that kill on to Tarzan. Here comes the trade though, Kanavi with a 2-man impale, but he is all too late as the rest of his team has fallen around him. Anyone's legend dominating once again.
Top Esports continue to tunnel on just 1 kill or so as AL secure what is going to be their 3rd dragon, putting them on Soul Point. Baron's going to be up now for the next 5 minutes with no contest of objective on either side of the Rift. They might want to take a bot lane tier 2 before they head up there, but it's not going to be necessary. I think with Hope and Flandre here, look at, like, that's 8 spears and Flandre just tanked it. He's tanking the turret.
That's a Scion gameplay right there. He's got his 2 items.
Up and charges into them. They found another pick as Cream has found himself caught once again. A 2nd side lane death in, well, probably as many minutes, but pretty rough so far.
Tarzan now going for another invade here onto Top Esports. His red buff Kyle just unrelenting here on this front line as well with the Pantheon. Here comes Flandre off of the teleport, lands that on top of Onslaught onto Kanavi. Impale does not find a target, and here comes Tarzan. Procs that ultimate and picks up the first kill, and now 369 has Hope in the death throw. Chris lands the Pop Blossom onto 2, but there's just not enough damage as the power of the Glizzy will strike fear into the hearts of Top Esports. It's a triple kill for Tarzan on the dog.
That they're looking for. 0 seconds left. Cream's death timer is elapsed, so they might not be able to end the game here, Grapes. But they're certainly going to look to put some pretty sizable damage down to the base of Top Esports.
Should at least be 2 inhibitors. The question is, will they go for more? Hope Valks to try to clear that wave out a little bit quicker, but Baron should likely be the target that AL retreat to at this point. They have a 13,000 gold lead at this point.
Alone, 4.1 thousand gold difference as Shanks is now just dancing with Kanavi.
At level 18, Kai has the help of Kyle and Hope. In addition to that, Kanavi just never got anything going here on this Skarner. Pop Blossom comes out for Chris, has not had enough time to do enough scaling here in this game, and now 369 is going to teleport himself into a rough situation in a 1v3. Can't even pop the death thrum as he gets crowd controlled to bits. And Cream, now the next target here. Rocket does not connect, so he will be able to survive at least for now. But the game might not be in their hands for much longer. Tarzan jumping in, lands that ultimate in onto Jackie Love, and that should do it. Baron not even necessary, as anyone's legends are 5 strong, pushing into the base of Top Esports.
Yeah, 30 kills in 29 minutes. It's a demolition of our LPL champions, and AL back to winning ways.
Tarzan on the Nefiri jungle ends 8-3-13. Hope 9-0-11 as the Nexus goes down, and in a sub-30-minute domination.
This Nautilus, I definitely prefer the Nautilus here. Does really well, especially versus Misfortune. Right, you've got 2 ways of attempting to interrupt that bullet time. You've got really easy access to tried and true CC.
With that bottom lane lead, they opened up that 1-wave lead for themselves and are in a decent position overall for Hope and Kyle to once again have high impact in this game.
Yeah, and again, a reminder that this AL combo... Oh, hold on.
Oh, empowered W here for 369. Gonna force flash out of front. Flandre, slice, dice, and the Q. That's first blood for 369.
Yeah, just knowing that the hop's down and that he doesn't have the way to get out. Now another engaged bot side.
Looks like Chris and Jackie Love want to engage with this big wave crashing down here for TES. Spotted out by Tarzan though, and Kyle does not land that dredge line. That could have been disastrous here. for top esports.
Wave's too
Tarzan
big.
didn't want to jump in just yet. Here comes the flash though, onto the flashless Alistar, and makes it a 1-for-1 trade. However, here comes the teleport. It will be 369 joining the fight, but Tarzan and Hope should be able to get away for now.
Teleport to get back to that top side. In fact, was able to find a solo kill in the top lane, then TP down to that bot side to rescue what was a winning play for AL and turn it around into top esports' favor. And now able to bully Flandre on his return to the lane.
Going to see him at as well. You know that he's going for clearing out those waves as fast as possible. He already has one plate for himself down on the bottom side. So nice job from TS to take advantage of the situation. Or sorry, Avail to take advantage of the situation. Kanavi not going to be able to get there before it is too late.
Yeah, and Tarzan as well. Just, I mean, I think one camp ahead probably in terms of experience.
Another instance of some trading back and forth in terms of the HP bars, but right now 369 has his eyes set on more than just an HP bar, maybe a kill in full onto Hope. Dominus has been proc, stun lands from Chris. They're going to try to give the kill over to 369, but he pops the barrier. Finally, the flash Q from 369 will be able to secure the feat of warfare as well as another kill on the Crocodile. And that is top esports once again getting control on the top laner here for themselves. Kanavi also able to pick up all 3 grubs on that exchange.
AL don't have an answer to.
See how aggressive Cream is being here. This as well has the full Utah picked up. Going to try to crack open this first tower on the bottom lane tier 1. Kael though, looking for the engage alongside Tarzan. The tank squad will set up beautifully for Hope, who gets headbutted away, but will still be able to find a kill onto Chris most likely. That ultimate is ticking. Another proc of the soul on Bound will allow for Kanavi to fall as well. And this is the fight that anyone's Legends was looking for. Shanks lands the Q3 onto Cream. He's going to go down as well. Tarzan does not take that final tower shot, and AL are right back into this game.
Would have lost 2 dragons as well, so top esports maybe want or maybe wouldn't mind giving this, but I think they're in a position where they can try to fight, especially if they collapse a little bit split. They can look for a skirmish here, but Drake goes down, TP even comes in, so they're going to look to prioritize this mid lane tier 1 turret. Trade of TP so that Shanks can just get here, but the rest of the team, they're cut off.
So that's the trade that they want to go for. They trade that second dragon for getting that mid lane tier 1, which can have drastic implications of how the map is played. Ruin King. I think right now, though, their goal is not to fight these 5v5s, but instead look for picks like they're doing right now on the 369. There comes the engage from Hope, copy that killer instinct, but 369 will flash underneath the tower. A teleport comes in as well, as it's going to be Flandre joining the party here, but here comes Jackie Love. He has his ultimate available, uses that bullet time, and will be able to take down Kael. But he has Tarzan on top of him, but will not be able to get a kill onto the Misfortune in response.
Sacked off this top side as well to make this move happen and doesn't get anything for it. Flandre's reached that Trinity Force. The Gnar is, if nothing, a little bit online as Jackie is forced to flash.
Tarzan with that Glacier Prison actually going to follow with the flash as well to land the soul on the W. Flandre coming in, and that's Hope dashing forward with the killer instinct to pick up the shutdown onto Jackie Love. Those are 2 well-needed kills for the Kaisa as Hope is now 4-1.
What did we say, Grapes? What this thing that AL can do is go in, and they just, again, extend. Not even, it didn't feel like too far for top esports. They were in the river when they're winning the game at this point. Massive gold lead. They've got all 3 turrets still standing, but just the way that AL are able to collapse on them from such a far distance as well with Hope proves to be their undoing. And they need to be 5 members jumping in together to make it happen, and with Flandre spending a little bit of time trying to recuperate the lost gold on the top side, it's a team-wide decision. The consensus has been met that fighting here is not our choice.
Yeah, and while the picks are very good in terms of the way AL has set up their composition,
lots of members of top esports here. TP's going deep as well.
Wow, Cream. Maybe in some trouble, he's able to rocket jump away. Hope already has used the ultimate in Kanavi with the nature scratch, gets him away, but now Jackie Glove potentially targeted here by Flandre and Tarzan, but no hard crowd control can land onto the MF just yet. 369 has arrived in the fight with a teleport flash, twisted advance onto Tarzan, and he will fall. Jacula picks up the gold, but now the Otacon playing a little bit of a role. As Flandre picks up the kill under Kanavi, but it'll be matched nicely by top. That's a double kill for Jackie.
Oh, it feels bad for Kanavi. He gets chopped down by the spinning blades of the Atacon, but it's a 2-for-1 trade, and it's one that nets top esports the Atacon as well. A scrappy fight, a messy engage down in the bot side, and 1 rocket jump, 1 flash from Cream baits in AL, and honestly catches them a little bit off guard. The engage that comes through is completely disjointed, and the TP, yes, it was into the backline, but it's far too deep. Hopefully we get a replay to take a little look again.
will. Nice buffer from Cream to get away from that Glacial Prison as top bot lane tier 2 now becomes a target. Top Esports, a lot of control here with these 6 grubs and 3,000 gold leads, so they're trying to pick up any turrets that they can.
Yeah, I mean, with Demolish propping and ready as well, you'd like to maybe take one.
Oh, look at the bullet time across the Nature's Grasp as well. Tarzan and Flandre are already so low. Shanks lends out nicely timed Fate Seal and will be able to pick up Cream. A 1-for-0 overall for anyone's legend.
Combo is there. We get Maokai plus Alistair plus the Misfortune. It looks like AL are going to get slaughtered, but now they're trying to turn this into even more. Kaisa rips the Baron. Yone does too.
They know that this could be a last-ditch effort for them. Here comes the dominance of 369. Hope dashes in with the Killer Instinct, gets rooted up by Konami, knocked away, but the health bars are not right now on AL's side. 369 though, gets bursted down.
Shanks!
There's Shanks' double knockup. He's popping off in this team fight, and AL will pick themselves up 4 kills off the back of Hope. It looks like right now, with Cream respawning, they will not be able to go back to the Baron, but that's a massive team fight win. Dragon, the sole point for them. It looks like Top Esports want to fight this. They have all their crucial ultimates. Konami can start the engage here with the Nature's Grasp. Trying to find a bit of a smite. Nicely timed Glacial Prison. As right now, she's trying to dive on a Jackie to make sure he can't not use the ultimate. As right now, it's the Dragon picked up. 369 on the backside will not be able to lock down Hope. And now anyone's legends are going to be able to pop off. Here comes Hope with the Killer Instinct. Will lock down Jackie. Shanks, though, with the Soul Unbound, not able to find anything just yet. As here comes Cream. Nice response. 2-man pull from Chris. Tarzan goes down. Rocket jump unlocked once again. Going back in onto Kyle. And Top Esports will turn the fight back into their favor off the back of Cream on the Tristana.
You take down one AD carry, we've got another one locked and loaded. The Tristana finally comes alive in a fight.
Seconds time, Tarzan not available, but Konami is. He has that smite. Cream does a lot of damage, 2.5 full items on this Tristana. They're cracking open more structures and extending their lead in terms of cash in their pockets.
These two teams have played each other 3 times already this year. This is the 4th outing, and it is delivering. Another Nature's Grasp comes forward. Flash burned.
Yeah, at least gets them away from the bullet time as now Kyle some trouble here. Chris also taking a ton of damage, but has the ultimate unlocked right now. Flandre comes in, does a 2-man ultimate with the Gnar, and there comes Shanks as well with the Fate Seal. Already 3 kills in favor of anyone's legend, as Top Esports Baron buff will not find anything. Now could dive onto this bottom side. They have a wave, and they can push in onto these towers.
Yeah, they've taken so few turrets this game that this tier 1 actually gives Jackie Love and Cream an out. Flandre TP'd up to that top side. I don't think he's going to be able to get the tier 2 turret there. With his Soul Unbound as well, just hops over walls, puts a quick little bit of damage down, goes back to safety. And that's a recall actually from 369 who's going to have to TP in.
Konami actually the one to start the play onto Tarzan. He bursts down the Sejuani very, very nicely, forces him to flash away. Shanks now in trouble as well. He has the flash mirror. He does not have that spell. And Konami will be able to land the Twisted Advance and lock down the shutdown. Top Esports start the engage first and will be able to win out on this fight for now. Hope, though, he dashes over on to try to assassinate Cream, but will not find much other than half of his HP bar. Flandre, the next target here, as it is another kill picked up for Jackie Love. Anyone's legend. They went for the fight, but Top Esports are still the team in control.
Yeah, they're looking for the game.
Chris lands the flash onto Hope as well. This Kaisa is dead. Jackie Love picks up his 8th kill of the game, and we are headed to a game number 3 of our LPL Finals rematch.
4 times round. We will never see a sweep between these two teams. Top Esports fight back in game number 2 to send us to match point.
It looked a little dicey there for a bit, Rude, especially around that Soul Dragon fight, but Top Esports are going to prove why they were the champions last split. They did it by taking down anyone's legends as they do here, and will have one more opportunity to pick up their first win of the group stage. You can only block so much poke with that Unbreakable.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe a Bard for Chris could have been fun here on 5
Yeah,
as
it
well.
could have been.
The Karma works very nicely. This is the standard bot lane. Try to poke out Hope and Kyle as much as possible in this early game.
Making sure that they are trying to pepper these spells in, but worth looking as well. Early gank bot lane.
Already flashes blown. Deadly Flourish does not connect here as Tarzan goes for another level 3 gank down from the bottom side. Flash on to Chris to land that stun. Should be an easy kill and is picked up by Hope. First blood AL.
Yeah, and what are you going to do, right? Like, you have to play this bot lane so aggressively, otherwise you're just going to get outscaled and not have the purchase in the late game. But 7th now in the LPL in terms of players who played games. As that's a deep TP in here from Flandre. Hold on.
Dash away. He has the exhaust, but no defensive summoner spell like a flash or anything like that to close the gap. W's able to do enough. Actually, Andre pops the exhaust. He might be able to win a 1v2, but Jackie Love will flash into the brush and make sure that he's able to pick up the kill. That was very aggressive from our former world champion, and it does not work out for him.
I mean, they've been massive playmakers for their teams now, for maybe not the series necessarily, but been massive linchpins in their success. As Tarzan trying to stop Konami taking the straight, but no support.
Lightning Rush to try to get here and close the gap. Might be a smite fight. We're not at 600 just yet, but Tarzan will not be able to pick it up, but Flandre does with a snip. Are you kidding me? Does not have the ultimate, so will likely go down here in a 3v1. 369 lands the Shuriken to secure the stun. Shanks ran out of charges on his ultimate, so has to walk out of the Dragon Pit the old-fashioned way, but is able to survive.
It's tricky for Tarzan to try and make that play. Now Shanks trying to navigate his way out of this position.
He dashes in, but might just be a bait. There comes Tarzan as well as Sky Splitter comes through, and Konami will fall. That is AL picking themselves up another kill as Tarzan gets back into the action.
Okay, the early volley bear damage there coming through, just enough to one-shot Konami and actually keep Shanks alive there.
Nice job on the other areas of the map. Including Tarzan off that last play. Now makes his way over to the grubs to be able to pick these up rather than.
Yeah, and for AL, again, want to sort of start painting a picture of what the compositions look like as we move later on into this game. They're down the barrel a little bit here, I would say. I think that Ari falls off a little bit as we move later on into the game, the volley bear as well. So
at this point in the game, very, very impressive stuff. And you know, I feel like we haven't talked too much about 369. You know, when you look at this top esports team, Jackie Love show for the finals, he won the MVP. Then it's Kanavi, who's had high impact. 369 holding down the fort. And
they go no. No, we don't. We've got an answer, and so far it is working out big time. So kudos to 369 for being able to pilot this nice and easily. I mean, half of it comes from the fact that Flandre TV didn't die, but now we've got another scrap for these grubs.
Tarzan slides it away. That's 4-0. That means the top esports will not be able to control the entire camp. Let's see if anyone's legends want to look for anything more. They have Hope on the way, and a teleport entering here from Flandre. Stun lands on 369, who pops the Maelstrom, but he's getting bursted down by Shanks at this point. Kyle at the flash with the Unbreakable on top of him, and now Flandre with the needlework can do some work. Current call has been opened up. Chris takes the second shot and the third. Here comes the Sky Splitter from Tarzan. They try to lock down Cream, and he's the first casualty in the fight. Anyone's Legends already up 1-0, and they could look for more with Flandre dashing in on the Chris. They will secure the final grub to make it a 5-for-1 in that department, and they pick up a kill onto the mid laner up top. So that is the single target crowd control that AL will be looking for in terms of finding these picks as they did on the Queen in that last fight. It all worked well for them here. We see you now. It's worked on the other side as Tarzan is getting targeted and taken down by Konami. Jackie Love providing a ton of artillery in response as well. Now Kyle the target here. Top Esports, they're fully stacked in this bottom lane, and they get themselves 2 easy kills.
We've established for the last 2 minutes. Now looking to find a dive onto Flandre. They can even take the turret first if they want to.
This could be a huge swing for them. Already the exhaust only onto Konami. Needlework will at least secure a trade as Chris goes down. Teleport in from Shanks to at least clear out the rest of this wave.
Looking to clap back a little bit in this game. It's top esports that are just barely finding more success and coming out on top and Cream.
Oh wow, Cream with a really nice Shuriken shuffle, followed up by Konami on the Vi, who waited around the bottom lane to bide his time to find that kill.
Some of those mid-game woes getting caught out on side lanes, but games 2 and 3 so far, shoring himself up, feeling much more comfortable on the Tristan and now on the Azir and 369.
There's a response on the other side that AL need to have work. Tarzan turns off the tower for now, but 369 with the lightning rush. No, the stun doesn't connect onto the Kennen, and Konami here to the rescue. Another kill going towards top esports off of a failed play from AL, and now Konami can look for more. Nicely used the ultimate by Kyle to at least prevent anybody from Vi jumping in, but now Flandre still under threat. One more auto attack could do it, but he will live, as Kyle and Flandre just barely are going to escape with their lives.
King Konami in the top lane, in the bot lane, wherever you need him, he is there. Dominating AL in game number 3. Yeah, exactly. I mean, 7 out of 8 kill participation by the rest of his team. 5 is the most, and that's for 369. But I think Konami again, just the reason that these two teams have been so powerful in split number 1 was their junglers, and this game is a great example. Game number 1 was as well for Tarzan, but this time around it is the Konami show. And
not want to fight Kennen underneath the tower like that. So anyone's Legends, that extended play will
hello.
go towards the wayside. Instead, they're trying to find something on a Chris instead. Knock-ups connect. Crowd-controlled Kane is there, and Hope picks up a much-needed kill for AL.
Starting to pick up this itemization as well, just giving you a little bit more HP as well to try and withstand what is going to be a very damage-focused top esports composition. A reminder that
Okay, get a cleanse out of Jackie Love, but that is a very small price to pay for Soul Point potentially for top esports unless Tarzan can jump in for a steal. Can he get it? No! Secured by Kanavi, and now AL are fish in a barrel for Tarzan and the rest of 369. His ultimate comes out, slicing Maelstrom onto Shanks. As well, here comes Cream though with this shuffle. We'll be able to find two. Chris will go down. Anyone's Legends. They're finding the fight. Tarzan jumps forward, but he gets bursted down by Jackie Love and Cream. The carries for top are doing so much damage as they pick up the Soul Point, but will lose two.
So it's a one fight for anyone's Legend. It comes at the cost of that Dragon, and I don't think that this tier 1 turret is on the cards for them. A little bit too much damage on Cream here and a little too low HP bars for AL. Actually pops into the charm!
Cream doesn't have flash. He picks up one kill onto Shanks, but it will be a trade and the tier 1 turret going down. That is a worth trade for anyone's Legends as they find another angle to somehow claw back into this game here for AL as the Dragon has slot and top esports taking.
Early poke now. This is where you want your Ezreal to step up. Jackie Love, you can see taking point. The range of his ear as well. Tarzan's already going in.
Teleport into Flandre. Tarzan looking for a smite steal, but it will be picked
That's
up. That is
Soul.
Ocean Soul for top esports and Kanavi, who now dashes in, lands the Vi ultimate onto one, and there's 3, 6, 9 with a slicing Maelstrom. No exhaust to boot on the other side. Already 3 kills. It's a double for Jackie. Dashes forward in a 1v2, forces Shanks to go golden. Hope on the run, and there's no hope for anyone's Legend in this game or in this series. He flashes away from the vault breaker of Kanavi, and top esports take control of game 3.
They'd had this 5k gold lead for so long, just sat teasing them. But finally, they get the soul, they transition it into the Baron.
3 minutes we're counting on top of it. 7,000 gold lead. Top esports in current control of this game.
Oh,
They are looking very, very good with those revives in hand. It's
just
going to be very hard to stop.
Yeah, there was
The angle at the
a...
top.
When Voracious Icon first got added, you could do so many crazy things with this, and it had really cost very little. It now costs a little bit more, but Flandre's just going to die top, which maybe he actually gets away. Actually, he's got support from his jungler, so Tarzan shows his face, but he does have to burn the needle work, which means again, this defense on the bot side is going to be even harder.
Back to that last fight, the exhaust that Flandre had, he fell without it being used on his 6-9. Slicing Maelstrom, not stopping any of it. The exhaust from Kyle was actually used on 6-9 before he even pressed the R button, so that's worked well for top esports who are now trying to take 2 inhibitors at the same time. Mid lane first, bot lane second. In the mid lane as well, 369 forces Flandre to actually have his base cancel and have him run straight potentially into the entirety of the enemy team. Nexus Tower is now under fire. This could definitely just be the end of the series right here. Flandre is going to burn down as 369 picks up the solo kill.
The final sees the final onslaught. AL, their series on the line.
Anything they can do? Absolutely not. Cream goes in with a shuffle. Another slicing Maelstrom just for good measure. 369 will fall, but it does not matter. Top Esports, your LPL champion, will get their victory in the finals rematch.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.